Morning Show.
Good morning, muy buenos días y bienvenidos todos a esta edición de Sugar City Morning Show. Hoy es el 20 de agosto y son exactamente las 7 de la mañana con un minuto. Bienvenidos todos. Un gran gusto poder llegar hasta lo más íntimo de sus hogares. Muchas gracias por ese privilegio que nos dan. En realidad estamos bastante agradecidos por eso. Buenos días de nuevo, si nos acabas de sintonizar. Un gran gusto saludarles hoy, como siempre. Estamos transmitiendo en vivo desde Nortevisión, Canal 10, aquí en la Avenida San Lorenzo, y estamos transmitiendo por aire, por cable y también por internet. Por aire, pues es un servicio especial para la gente que vive en el norte del país, Orange Rock y Corozal, pueblo y aldeas, y no se paga absolutamente nada. Simplemente tienes que ajustar tu televisor o tu antena a la señal de Canal 10 y es todo lo que tienes que hacer. Por cable, pues, estamos unidos a la red de proveedores de cable que permite que aquí en el norte nos vean en Canal 6262 Nortevisión. También estamos en internet y en realidad estamos en Facebook. Lo bonito de eso es que te permite ver el show a la hora que quieras, a las 9 de la mañana, en su totalidad. Buenos días, compañeros, compañeras. Como siempre, le damos inicio a nuestro show con una oración, porque es lo correcto que debemos de hacer. Y ya por casi 5 años lo hemos estado haciendo. Te pido que te unas conmigo a decir: Padre, muchas gracias por todas tus bendiciones, por la vida, la salud, las fuerzas, por tu perdón, por tu amor incondicional que tienes para todos nosotros. Porque tú le pones propósito a la vida, tú, Padre, le pones orden a la vida, porque sin ti nada haría sentido. Absolutamente nada. Estuviésemos nada más girando en el universo sin ningún propósito, viviendo sin ningún propósito, entonces, ¿para qué? Pero tú le pones un propósito y tú le pones orden a esta vida. Y por esto, Padre, te lo agradezco, porque nos das una oportunidad de estar aquí y con un propósito. Padre, como siempre, desde luego de darte las gracias, te pido por todos nosotros, que tengamos la capacidad de generar paz en nuestras comunidades, que simplemente aprendamos a suprimir nuestro ego, a permitir otras personas que den sus opiniones sin que yo tenga que estar contradiciéndolos, permitiendo, Padre, en la libre expresión y el respeto a la libre expresión. Permítanos, Padre, también dar el buen ejemplo a nuestros hijos, a los pequeños. Como siempre te pido por los enfermos en los hospitales, en las cárceles y en las calles, por los viejitos desamparados, por los niños desamparados y abandonados, y por todos nosotros también, que tengamos un día exitoso. Padre, te bendecimos y te glorificamos siempre. Amén. Si nos acabas de sintonizar, son las 7:05. Bienvenidos. Felicidades a quien cumplen años hoy. Vamos a ver quién cumple años hoy. Bueno, algunas de las personas, porque en realidad no tengo capacidad de saber quiénes todos están cumpliendo años hoy. Pero yo sé que en el mes de agosto somos muchos. Agosto y septiembre somos muchos. Bueno, tú siempre hace la cifra ahí, 9 meses antes. Vamos a ver rápidamente. No puedo entrar aquí en esta página. Pero, bueno, ya entré. Aquí entramos. Vamos a... Bueno, fast leave it. ¿Ok? Edwin Amaya, me parece que estás cumpliendo años hoy. Y otra persona, no sé, no dice quién es. Pero felicidades, si estás cumpliendo años hoy, ya la pasas de maravilla. Primero, ahora al General Weather Forecast. Si es que te levantaste temprano como yo. No digo temprano, ¿verdad? Pero a las 5 de la mañana, 5:15, estuvo nubladísimo. Espiabas y decías, mamma mía, hoy sí va a caer la lluvia. Cayeron 2 pringas y toda la nublación se fue. Al ratito, cielos azules y vamos a ver que el pronóstico del reporte del tiempo dice para el resto del día. This is the general weather forecast for today, Tuesday, August 20th. Permit me. Moist and unstable weather conditions will prevail during the next 24 to 36 hours. The 24-hour forecast, I beg your pardon. Some cloudy spells with a few showers and isolated thunderstorms, mostly over southern and some coastal areas this morning. Then over central and northern areas this afternoon. There you have it. Skies will become cloudy to overcast tonight with some outbreaks of showers and thunderstorms over most areas. Well, there you have it again. Let me repeat that because it's been a while that we don't announce weather in northern and inland areas. And I hope this is true because we have a very desperate, critical situation here in the north where we're going through drought conditions and we're not like a set up so easy. No, not at all. It says some thunderstorms mostly over southern and some coastal areas this morning, then over central and northern areas this afternoon. Skies will become cloudy to overcast tonight with some outbreaks of showers and thunderstorms over most areas. The winds from the east 10 to 20 knots. The sea stay choppy to moderate. Temperatures along the coast 86 as a high and 78 as a low. Inland 90 degrees as a high and 73 degrees as a low. In the hills 80 degrees as a high and 68 as a low. Advisories? Yes. There is a threat of localized flooding over low-lying and flood-prone areas. But I guess that this mostly applies to the southern part of the country because here in the north, unless we get 5 hours of rain, then that's going to be causing that situation there. But at the moment, we have a deficit, a huge deficit when it comes to rain. The outlook for tomorrow, Wednesday, it says some cloudy spells with a few showers and isolated thunderstorms over northern and some coastal areas Wednesday morning, then becoming generally isolated except for a few more over the south Wednesday night. Obviously, this is all due to a large area of cloudiness associated with a tropical wave that is currently passing over us. So this is the reason why we're going to be getting the rain. Thank God. The tides, a low tide this morning occurred at 6:50, a high tide at 12:53 this afternoon, a second low tide at 7:05 tonight, and the second high tide at 1:15 tomorrow morning. The sun rose this morning at 5:36, and the sun is setting this evening at 6:15. The moon is setting this morning at 9:37, and the moon is rising again in all its glory at 9:45 tonight. Thank you, forecaster Michael Gentle. Buenos días, compañeros. Aquí les va el reporte de sobre el tiempo para hoy, 20 de agosto. Y quiero decirles de que 20 de agosto, 20 de septiembre, 20 de octubre, 20 de noviembre, 20 de diciembre, 4 meses y 4 días para la Navidad. Eso va a volar. Este es el reporte del tiempo para hoy, como dije, martes 20 de agosto. Y la situación general pues está en tal forma. Condiciones relativamente húmedas e inestables están controlando nuestro clima para las siguientes 24 a 36 horas. Entonces, para las siguientes 24 horas en definido, algunos periodos de nubosidad con algunos chubascos y tronadas aisladas más sobre la porción sur y por algunas áreas costeras hoy por la mañana. Entonces, sobre la porción central y áreas del norte del país hoy por la tarde. Luego, los cielos estarán tornándose a nublados, a super nublados, hoy por la noche, de otra forma de decirlo, con algunos chubascos y tronadas sobre la gran parte del país de Belice. Así que existe la gran posibilidad, la probabilidad de que tengamos fuertes lluvias hoy. En todo esto está asociado con el pase de una ola tropical que está sobre nosotros. Y es bastante grande la ola que está pasando sobre nosotros a este momento. Gran nubosidad se ve en el satélite y en la imagen del satélite, perdón, y mañana también tendremos lluvias. Los vientos del este 10 a 20 nudos, el resto del mar agitado, moderado. Temperaturas por la costa 86 como una máxima, 78 como una mínima. Del interior 90 como una máxima, 73 como una mínima. Y por las colinas 80 con 68 como una mínima. No es típico tener agosto 68 grados como una mínima por las colinas, pero también no fue típico el sábado tener temperaturas 68 aquí en Orange Rock. No sé si lo sintieron, pero estuvo bastante fresca la mañana en Orange Rock el sábado a domingo. Advertencias en ciertas áreas, en particular en la porción sur del país. Hay la amenaza de inundaciones en las partes bajas o cerca de los ríos o riachuelos, así que por favor, el ojo a estas situaciones. O también existe la posibilidad de que, como sería la primer lluvia fuerte que cae en algunas áreas, las zanjas están tapadas. Sí. Desafortunadamente, no hemos hecho suficiente esfuerzo para mantener las zanjas limpias. Siempre con la idea egoísta de que no es mi trabajo, es el trabajo del Town Council, del Village Council, quien sea. De quien sea el trabajo, lo que pasa es de que si es que esta zanja se rebalsa, tú vas a ser el sufrido, no el Town Council. Así que entonces, por lógica, debes de interesarte a limpiar la zanja, porque tú vas a ser el sufrido. ¿Ok? Ahora, así lo veo yo. Así que evita la situación, porque no quieres tener una situación que tu patio se inunde, porque la zanja no pasa agua. Y luego entonces, a media tormenta, vas a tener que salir con tu palo o tu pala a ver si es que logras abrir la zanja, porque ya la amenaza a tu casa, que entre agua a tu casa, es fuerte. Así que si tienes tiempito hoy, júrgale a ver si es que a las zanjas, para ver que tengamos flujo de agua. Si no, vamos a tener inundaciones en ciertas áreas. Se espera mañana que tengamos periodos de nubosidad intensas, con algunos chubascos o tronadas aisladas, especialmente sobre la porción norte del país y por algunas áreas de la costa. De nuevo nosotros aquí en el norte, por la mañana, miércoles por la mañana. Luego, generalmente aislados por la noche y más que nada sobre la porción sur del país. Una marea baja a las 6:50 ocurrió esta mañana, una alta a las 12, mediodía 53 minutos. La otra baja a las 7:05 hoy por la noche y otra alta a la 1:15 mañana por la madrugada. El sol salió hoy a las 5:36, el sol se oculta hoy a las 6:15. También la luna primero se oculta a las 9:37 y luego sale en todo su esplendor hoy por la noche, 9:45. Muchas gracias, Forecaster Michael Gentle, por esta información. Y muchas gracias a todo el equipo del Meteorological Service en Ladyville, porque pues esto no es trabajo de solo una persona, como suelo decir. Esto es trabajo de un equipo de personas y tenemos que reconocer a todas estas personas, aunque no sepamos sus nombres, pero a todo el equipo, muchas gracias. También quiero tomar tiempo aparte para saludar a todas las personas que han estado en el trabajo toda la noche, a los doctores, las enfermeras, a los agentes de seguridad, a los orderlies en los hospitales, bueno, también a los trabajadores de las fábricas, agentes de migración, agentes de aduanas, policías, soldados, bueno, todo el equipo de personas que han estado despiertos, asegurando de que todos los servicios son disponibles a la hora que se necesiten. Muchas gracias. Estamos agradecidos a ustedes porque poco a poco vamos desarrollando el país de Belice. Muchas gracias. Belice te necesita. Compañeros, también necesitamos de nuestros las personas que nos apoyan a nosotros, con sus anuncios. Estamos hablando de German Vega Sons, Vega Imports, y por eso a nuestros patrocinadores les damos las más humildes gracias. German Vega Sons, Vega Imports, Vega Distributors, A&R Stores, también Gillette Speed Shop, Marie y Papito, buenos días. También Government of Belize Information Service, Digi, Belize Tourist Board. Y esos son todos. Bueno, vamos rápidamente a una pausa. 7:18, compañeros. Estamos de vuelta luego de estos anuncios, pero no se vayan.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. Diginet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, Diginet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by Diginet. Diginet Boost, now available countrywide.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, rush runs, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Every friendly competition has a winner and a loser, a runner-up, a second best, someone that just doesn't have what it takes. Our friends know this feeling all too well. Since Digi introduced their new prepaid data plans, Digi plans have been happier than ever. While the other guys, their plans just can't even compare. Digi's new plans have the best value for your dollar. That's more data for less money, with even more options. So keep being a winner and keep living your best life with Digi.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl.
Someone come, yes, someone coming. Let's go. Sa.
Who no?
Fastest question of the day. What you the letter here?
Who sent me the letter?
That sign right there. You can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this here community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you that do it too?
Oh man, no.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the we environment.
Sure, all of that? Well, know that to put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
It's back to school time once again, and the only store to visit for all your back to school needs is A&R Store on Baker Street here in Orange Walk Town. Visit them for the absolute largest assortment of school bags in the country with brands like JanSport, Skechers, Everest, Capsule, and character bags like Mickey and Minnie Mouse, Jojo, Siwa, Unicorn, and so much more. Remember, A&R Store is your one-stop source for all your school supplies like exercise books, folders, sheets, dry eraser boards, foam boards, crayon and coloring books, plus so much more. Plus, they have a wide assortment of housewares including bed sheets, cookware, and garbage containers in all sizes and at the best prices in town. Visit A&R on Baker Street today, now with extended hours to better serve you from 8 a.m. through to 6 p.m. Monday to Saturday. A&R stores where prices do make all the difference.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not make it in your own backyard? Learn the history of your old capital. Or venture out on a road trip to experience the village life and be captivated by nature's wildlife, culture, and food. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 26 minutes after 7 o'clock. Las 7:26 minutos. At this moment, please join me in saying good morning and welcome to our very good friend, Mr. Robert Checky Usher. Good morning, Checky.
Morning, Pa. Good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
Good, thank God. It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday morning,
And
yes.
we're here.
And today is the 20th of August. A little while ago, I did a count, and I go like, you know me, August, September, October, November, December. 4 months and the 5 days before Christmas.
So how you pass, how you gone all that and you pass, you never count your birthday?
Well, because I was just about to say that it was perhaps in May when I go like, man, my birthday is still away, August 23rd. And I said May, June, July, August, three months that far. But believe me, those 3 months have gone so quickly.
Yeah, that's true, boy.
So quickly, at least for me, that it seems that it's only the blink of an eye. So in much the same way and in the same perspective, I'm saying that, well, time flows quicker if you're kept busy.
Yeah.
If you're having fun or if you're kept busy. If you're just watching the kettle boil, believe me, it's going to drag like you wouldn't believe. But if you are occupied, and generally in the month of September, we are quite busy with carnival and party and this and the other and the other and the other.
Yeah.
And then Battle of the Bands, we're going this way, we're going Tara way, and then we kept busy, so we don't even notice the passage of time. But then all of a sudden we wake up and go like, Christ, that's only 23rd of September, and everything done.
Yeah. Yeah, you remember way back, we used to stick on our refrigerator, we used to put a weekly planner. What I am expected to do Monday, what I do Tuesday, what I do Wednesday. But right now, most of it just flow with the time, you know. And you know, by doing that weekly planner, you get a lot of things done, you know. Because you know, on this day, I need to get this done on this day. So I cannot make nothing else get in my way because I don't set my agenda.
No, I don't put anything on the refrigerator. Go like everything is in my cabecita. But that's the problem, because my cabecita sometimes gets too busy and gets too bogged down with stuff that I don't really need to do. So, but you know the feeling that you forget that you're supposed to do this, and then you concentrate your time and efforts on other stuff, and you can easily become distracted from the main important things that you're supposed to be doing.
That's true, boy. But you know, we just have to make the best out of life, and best that comes to us every day, and make us see if we communicate to Delva, because you know she's getting ready for a workshop as well. I don't know if the workshop will start today, but
just while you're getting Delva, I just want to share. It says in Norway, people harvested their apples and hang them in their respective fences so that the poor, the hungry, and the homeless avail fruits for free instead of letting apples to waste. Think about it. Sometimes we got a lot of fruits in the yard, and we just don't permit anybody to go into the yard, make you rotten there. No, put them in little bags and put them in the corner of your fence, and people who really need them will be able to pick it up.
Yeah, we would like to make an announcement to the friends of a very popular Mennonite person from Blue Creek that owns, he was the owner of La Rosita store. That's Mr. Jacob Newfield. He passed away on Saturday morning, and they will be having a funeral in Blue Creek at 9 o'clock this morning.
I remember Mr. Jacob.
You know him?
Yes.
Okay.
I remember him quite well, actually.
Yeah, so he passed, and they will be having a funeral this morning at 9 o'clock. All friends are asked to invited to this special service.
I've known him for like 30 years, Mr. Jacob. Very soft-spoken individual. And La Rosita store, yes, I know him.
Yeah. Blue Creek.
Blue Creek.
Okay. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
One main big concern we have is the river. So I'm inviting all our Eurocanos on Friday at 7:30 at the Gala Lounge to go and have the Department of Environment will have a meeting there. So I invite all our Europeans, concerned Europeans, to go there and voice their opinion, and let us find a common ground to try to solve this pollution of our river, right?
Okay.
We won't be pointing fingers, but if you have a suggestion, then let's bring it up and let's see what can be done for our river. Thank you very much. It is on Friday at 7:30 Gala Lounge. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
You know what is good about this? Not only by having a meeting, but has it open to the public so people can come. 7:30 this Friday at Gala Lounge. make we take one note of that, so we can continue, announce it every morning so that people can get ready and come out like the caller said.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna note it down.
Yeah, not point
Friday,
7:30 Gala Lounge.
7:30 p.m. Gala Lounge.
Okay.
Department
of Environment
with DOE.
And the agenda is the river.
The river. You can bet the cook that, God willing, I'll be there. I will be there. Like the caller said, and I endorse that. Let's try to get some common ground there. I just read that from a post. I think it was my good friend Dudu who put out a post saying that this is the year, the worst year that he says, update on the New River. For the first time in the history of the yearly, with your permission to do, I'm going to read your your post. We see something like today. Most of the time it occurs once a year. Sometimes it occurs twice. Sometimes it's not much. Maybe goes unnoticed when it occurs sometimes. This is one of the worst in the history of the yearly pollution of the Dwill-Winnie-Cobb, which is the New River. It becomes bad for two reasons. This is the first time that somebody is actually alluding to a reason why, because it's a very straightforward statement. It becomes bad for two reasons. Let's see what those reasons are. One of them is because of the extended dry season affecting us. Two is because of dredging that occurred by shipyard. I did not know that there was dredging occurring by shipyard.
What?
By shipyard, which sees several canals now where probably 2 million gallons of water is pumped out of the New River daily. Water pumped out is believed used for cattle and farming. This water is supposed to flow down to the estuary, but it is intercepted now. Of the three only times we had seen the pollution of the Dwill-Winnie-Cobb going back upriver, this time it's up to the farthest. Prior to this, it only reached Guinea Grass Bend. This time it is nearing shipyard. So it's pointing to a very probable reason in that area, because we've never seen the pollution go all the way down to shipyard and to, well, I can't say never, but if it was mostly concentrated in certain areas other than that area, okay? This time it is nearing shipyard. This is a lot of concern. Fishing is no more. All fish is long gone. Watching birds, tourists expect to see, are just not visible anymore. Now that is a concern. We don't hear a word from the BPF political party. We don't hear a word from the PUP in regards to this. We don't hear a word from Dean Barrow condemning his action. A solution to this needs to be done soonest. With no more testing of water. I agree with Dudu. No more testing. We'll find out what kind of plankton this, or what kind of algae this. Good Lord, this thing happening for 10, 15, 20 years. And now you're going to do the what you call it? Now you're going to do the test. You should have done that 10, 15 years ago, Department of Environment. I mean, really, sometimes people, it irks me. And we know who the culprits are. We can't be playing games with something as serious as this. Extinction is forever. Late could be too late. That's good. I agree with Dudu and Antonio, my good friend Antonio Novello. I had to share that with your permission, Antonio. And And I'd like to inform the public that on Friday at 7:30 at the Gala Lounge, you're invited to go in. Remember, one thing. A lot of people will be going to the Gala Lounge not knowing that there have been previous meetings. And there have been previous meetings where a lot of fingers have been pointed, and this one is saying this one is responsible, and saying this one is responsible, and so forth and so forth and so forth. I suggest we just keep it cool, and we listen first to what the Department of the Environment has to say. But go equipped with information. If there's any time that you need to be doing your research, do it now, between now and Friday 7:30.
Yep.
Go through their websites and find out through their press releases which were the companies that have been found guilty of thermal pollution, which ones have been found guilty of any pollution at all, and you go equipped with that evidence, that proof. So when they start to try to BS you, you come out with your piece of paper and say, sir, with all due respect, but this is your release. What can you say about that? Be smart, come prepared.
Yep. And, like Mr. Martinez said, do your research. And if you want to find out more, you can go right by the riverside and talk to some of the people who live by the riverside. But we want to invite these people that lives by the riverside as well, who is living this every day, to come to this meeting, because it's very important. Let's communicate with Delvin before we go on our second break, Mr. Martinez, and see. Yeah, but we were talking about Mr. Jacob Newfield from Blue Creek. Funeral service will be held this morning at 9 in Blue Creek, and everyone are invited. Please attend.
I'd like to take my time to extend my condolences to the family. I've known him well ever since I was a child.
That's what Mr. Abe from RB's told us yesterday, that lots of people from Orangeville.
I've known him ever since he was a child. I mean, he's my father's good friend, and I remember very soft-spoken Mr. Henrik. This is the case. This is Mr. Newfield, right? And he's one of the pioneers in La Rosita.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he has a shop there, right? Okay. Let's see. Let's get Delve right here this morning. Waiting on if we're here when this phone answer. Hey, you just win $500,000. Can you get a silence when the phone ring? Good morning, Delve.
Morning, Mr. Chucky. Morning, Mr. Emmanuel.
Good morning.
You sound like you in a bed, girl.
No, I'm actually up this morning, rising and shining. Thanks God.
Okay, that's good to know. So how is everything with you so far?
Well, so far so good. I'm back on the island.
Okay.
Getting myself ready for school. I reported to school already since yesterday, so.
Okay. Workshop, no?
Yeah, workshop and fixing up our classroom. Okay. So we have 2 weeks of that this week and next week, and then school open.
So when is school opening?
The 2nd of September.
The 2nd of September, which is going to be the
2 Mondays.
2 Mondays from now.
From now.
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
so you won't be coming back to Orangeville?
I'm not sure exactly when, but sometime soon now.
Okay, all right.
Over the holidays.
Yeah, I understand that the high schools here in Orangeville will be having, most of them will be having their orientation day this Friday, because most of them reopen on Monday as well.
I do say George Sixth Farm has opened, and because my neighbor's going, and I think it's open from Monday.
Yeah, Muffles, MGSC is on their 2nd week right now. So education is on the move.
Yes.
Delvi, yeah, we won't keep you too long on the line because we know you need to get ready. So inspired us.
But before we go on, how is the weather there?
This morning it is a beautiful morning. This morning, the sun isn't too hot. Not too hot, not too cold. It's just fresh.
Okay.
But it's not raining.
No rain.
Did it rain this morning?
I didn't hear it. It might have, but I didn't hear it.
It might have rained. Okay.
Outside it doesn't look too. It doesn't look like it rained over here last night.
Understand. Okay. Now, thank you for that information, Delvi. Now we'll look forward to your inspiration.
I hope to do so. Okay. This one I have is entitled In the Midst of It.
In the midst
of it.
In the middle of it, in other words, okay.
It's in the middle of it, yes. In the midst of it, yes. In the midst of turmoil and confusion, there is one who can always relate. In the heart of the storm, he holds out his hand that we may escape. He never leaves us, nor does he forsake us. In the midst of trying out to figure how things, in the midst of trying out and to figure out how the pieces fit, Jesus calls us to his love and denies us not one bit. In the midst of the tears and the mistakes, he says, "Come unto me, I heal every heartache." In the midst of pain and the hurts of life, Jesus reminds us that he's here all the time. And sometimes our heart gets weary, overwhelmed, feeling, waiting like it's going to burst, but know that there is hope, for he loved us first. With a love so immense that it is unbelievable, incredible and available to all who welcome him and believe. In the midst of it, if we welcome him and believe.
Good. Very good. When did you write this? A long time ago?
No, I wrote this over the summer.
I see a little bit of newness. I feel a bit of newness in this poem. I've never heard it before from you.
Yes, it's a new one. I wrote this in July, late July.
Well, thank you very much, Delvi.
All right. Thank you for the opportunity as well.
Yeah. Have a wonderful day and good luck with your classroom cleaning up and you're getting together, ready together.
All right. Thank you, Mr.
I'm not going to forgive you if I don't get at least half of one coconut tart.
Well, I have to make sure, Miss Betty.
But you promised?
She will think you the run joke, man.
Me no run joke that way.
She will think you the run joke.
I have to live up to that promise. Whenever I go to school, I have to make sure I find you and give you that tart.
You may wonder why I asked you when I go to read joke, and you.
You know me to read the question, you?
Yeah.
All
right, Delvi, thanks.
Bye, baby.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, we need to go on our break, Mr. Martinez.
Yes, we need to go on a break. It's 7:45, a quarter before 8. Let's go on a break and we'll be right back with you after these messages.
But it wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el balancín. Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Rostlands, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Rostlands.
On Wednesday, May 8th, Belizeans soundly decided to take the unfounded Guatemalan claim to the International Court of Justice, the ICJ. According to the special agreement, this is what happens next. 1. By June 8, 2019, the government of Belize will submit the 2008 special agreement to the ICJ. Guatemala has already done so since their referendum was held in 2018. This will give the ICJ official authority to hear the dispute and to deliver a final binding result. The ICJ will then prepare a notice of when the trial will commence. 2. Next, Guatemala will have up to 1 year, that's 12 months, to submit their case to the ICJ. 3. Belize will then have up to 1 year, that's 12 months, to respond to Guatemala's submission. 4. From there, Guatemala will be given up to 6 months to reply to our arguments, and 5. Belize will then have up to 6 months thereafter to reply to Guatemala's response. 6. After the period of written arguments ends, the ICJ may allow additional pleadings, including oral arguments, and would set deadlines for those. 7. Once the timeline for arguments has ended, the ICJ will deliberate and make a ruling in accordance with the instructions and authorities granted to them by Belize and Guatemala, as per the 2008 special agreement. 8. After the ICJ's ruling is delivered, Belize and Guatemala will have 3 months to establish a joint commission to physically demarcate the boundaries between the two countries in accordance with the ICJ's ruling. The entire process will take no less than 4 years and can be as many as 6 years. This ICJ process will bring a final end to this long-standing Belize-Guatemala dispute. Belize and Guatemala will be able to put old divisions and antagonisms behind us and ensure that peace, development, and cooperation prevail.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's a beautiful morning, and it's already 10 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Mr. Martinez, over the entire weekend, I've been listening to this news story on this little girl that was found in her house by her father, lifeless. We understand what happened is that the father works, and the mother and the child stays at home. And neighbors heard noise in the house, like people throwing things and like a crazy noise coming from the house. I'm not saying that the person was crazy, the type of noise that they were hearing. So they called their father, and when the father reached home, he said that Your wife they act strangely, and and then you see this 9-little-year-old girl on the floor. He called for assistance. Police arrived. They took her to the hospital. When she reached at the hospital, she was pronounced dead.
Upon arrival.
Upon arrival, she was pronounced dead.
I'm sorry, I'm not making fun of the
No,
child's
this is
death.
something very serious.
But I was disturbed last night with this case, and I go like, who you think could have done it? Who you think could have done it? I mean, let's be honest with you. There are only two people in there, a mother and her child. But for God's sake, it's the child's mother, and you don't expect a mother to be strangulating her own child. That's
the safest person that a child
exactly. And a child would run towards the mother for protection. So irony of ironies, by very simply considering the mother as the possible culprit in this case, defies what we traditionally term as logic. You run to your mother for protection.
Yeah, even if your power beat you, sometimes you run.
Yeah, you run to your mom.
But Mr. Martinez, this is the postmortem. Maybe you can read it so people can know.
The postmortem examination reveals that on August 19, 2019, a postmortem examination was conducted on the body of 9-year-old Danielle Hall. At the conclusion, the cause of death was certified as due to asphyxiation, due to manual strangulation.
And there was
That's very simple. Somebody was manually strangulating the child, and the child died of asphyxiation. So, we're going on there. Let me just quickly give you the news report as it happened, just so you get if you missed on the news last night, you can get some sort of context.
And we'll break it down.
And then we'll break it down. He says a 9-year-old girl was strangled to death in Unitedville. What? Those post-mortem results were released about 30 minutes ago. This is last night's reading. In this bizarre and deeply disturbing case. At first, it was being treated as a sudden death case, and there were already too many unanswered questions. But now it's shock and terror times 100 because the little girl was actually killed. But who was in the house? Was it her mother? Court de Wedderburn went looking for answers, and here is a story that she put out. The inexplicable happened inside this Unitedville home on Friday morning. 9-year-old Danielle Hall died under mysterious circumstances. There was an interview of a resident, and I'm going to go through the whole situation. So, for the benefit of those people who did not hear the news, I know hush-up news, the Stillwell news, but there are a lot of people who appreciate when they do the explanation on these news. There's Efrain Lemos, who is a resident of the area, Unitedville, say, I saw some people were watching down the street, that is where she lives, and we were wondering what happened there, and then I took a walk, then I just heard the girl died, right? The girl died, right? So that is the only thing I heard in that moment. According to information, however, little Daniel was at home with her mom, Emily Eco. Her father, Daniel Hall, was at work. Hall's father called him to hurry home. It says her father, Daniel Hall, was at work. Hall's father then called him to hurry home because something was going on in his house. So
that's
this
the
is
grandfather.
Yeah. When Hall got there, his daughter was dead and his common-law wife was hysterical and appeared to have trashed the place. It's the common. This is not the mother. This is the common law wife. Okay. Appears to have trashed the place.
That's the mother, right? Because I think they were not married.
Eduardo Eco says in The Grandfather, when I got there, I talked to the father. He led me into the house and explained to me that the door was locked and that they had to forcibly enter the house. And he noted the child was laying on the bed, which is my granddaughter, and my granddaughter is on the floor fighting and grumbling, and so on. And everybody figured no one knows what happened. I figured maybe by seeing my granddaughter unresponsible, and she got in that stage. The police came shortly after Hal arrived and rushed Daniel to the hospital, but it was too late. Her mother, Emily, was also taken to the hospital, and so it is her mother.
Yeah.
Is under police guard. It is a baffling case with a swirl of unanswered questions. According to Eco, he tried to get answers from his daughter, Emily, but she was in shock after her daughter's sudden death. After he says, Eduardo Eco, the grandfather, says, after that, my daughter is not the same person anymore. I even talked to she at the hospital, and the way she answered to me is not the Emily I had known. On Saturday, I went to Kaya Hospital, and she's on the police guard and on medication. Also, they let me in, and when I got to there, she recognized me and said, you know I love you, Dad. Don't believe the lies. You know I believe in God. That is all word she told me, and they took me out. The family said they believed her son, that Daniel was known to be a sickly child. In fact, she was very active and healthy. And it goes on and goes on and goes on.
The house was locked, Mr. Martinez.
So your point is in saying that is that there was no possibility of anybody else
inside.
going inside.
Right.
And there was only the mother and the child.
Yes.
So what do you think happened there?
Well, something happened between the mother and the child, Mr. Martinez. You know, we can't prove nobody guilty of anything but speculation there, because one of the national newscasts, people were saying something of some diabolic act or some kind of demon, probably. You know, I don't know if there are people used to deal with cut card and things like that, or whatever it is, no? But that was mentioned on one of the national news. So, if it's that, maybe the lady just trip out or something and not to do, and just grab the child. And because remember, one of the neighbors said, Mr. Martinez, that they started to hear noise and things, then the dashboard things in the house, like they broke up things in the house. That's what was said on one of the newscasts by a neighbor who spoke on one of the newscasts. They just hear noise in the house. I think just the dashboard and fling both in the house. So it could be that she had a struggle with the 9-year-old. We don't know.
You know that I'm very skeptical when it comes to any reasoning that the devil did this and the devil did that. I think that's a poor excuse on our part to try to blame what we did on somebody else. That's my point of view. You could not like it, or you could not believe it. But that's my point of view. I don't believe in any of that stuff. I believe that each one of us is capable of doing the best things in this world and also the worst things in this world. We have the capacity to do good and we have the capacity to do bad. We have it within us. No devil make we do it. We have it within us. Very, very simple. We have it within us. So I don't buy that demon stuff.
Yeah.
I don't buy that.
Somebody says here, good morning, it says, Mr. Martinez, you are right when you say that, but we also need to know that everyone needs to pray for the mom and the family, and that child will be going to heaven.
The way I see it is that maybe the child was bickering and bickering and bickering, and the mother said, "Shut up, child. Cállate, shut up." And the child would not shut up. I'm just trying to create a scenario here. And the mother was already under a lot of stress. And she turns around and says, "Man, si no te caes, te meto uno." And the child was continuing, and so she must have had her, but she must have had her a little bit too long.
Yeah. And then
not realizing that she was causing the child then harm, but she got frightened when the child became unresponsive.
So that's why the neighbors heard all those noise.
Yes, because then she went into a tantrum.
Yes.
Because when she realized that she had killed her own daughter. That's the way I believe it. I see it.
Not intentional.
Not intentional. But at the end of the day, she did it. In the moment, in the frenzy of the moment, I think that she committed that act. But she and other people don't have the capacity of control of themselves. That's why they allude to demons and devil and this and the other. No devil there within you. That you got the capacity to do the evil within you. Within you. Don't try to blame somebody else for what you do. That you do it.
Yep. Regardless of how you do it or under what circumstance, you know. But it's hard to lose a child at that age.
Can you imagine the remorse that the mother's going through at the moment?
Yeah.
Why do you think she's being held under police suspicion at the moment? Because it has to be that she has been so impacted by the fact that, one, her daughter is dead, and two, that she possibly is the one who is responsible for her daughter's death.
Right? She's a prime suspect.
She's a prime suspect. So she must be feeling a lot of remorse. I mean, yo te lo doy como el grano, como yo lo pienso. I may be wrong, but this is the way I see it.
Yeah. So in the days to come, we will hear what's up with that case. I just sent you a document there, Mr. Martinez, and this comes from the Director of Health Services, and it's the current data in reference to dengue. So if we can go through that, because, you know, we promised to me and get the vector control here, but we understand they're going through some series of meetings before they can reach us. You got it?
Yes, I do have it. It says our current data.
You want to do it from this?
I have it here.
You got it?
Our current data in reference to dengue, and I'm apologizing for moving from one to the other, but it's just information that just came in, right?
Yeah, this just...
Our current data in reference to dengue, the case, we have 950 confirmed, laboratory confirmed cases and 814 clinical suspect cases for a total of 1,764. Mind you, last week we were talking about 1,200 plus. So the figure has gone up by 500.
And that's high.
All right? Just put that into perspective.
Into seriousness.
Into perspective, yes. 500 cases have been added on of dengue. 500. This up until the past weekend. Last week alone, we saw the number spike up to 215 cases in 1 week, with 4 districts still reporting the greater number of cases. Note that not all suspect cases are being tested, will be tested for dengue given the current phase we are in, and only those having dengue with warning signs or severe dengue will be hospitalized. For now, 3.2% of our cases have classified as being severe cases. Our call continues to be for the community to continue engaging in prevention and elimination of mosquito breeding sites. I was glad to hear the spraying machine, I think, this morning and around my area and yesterday around my area. But I don't think that I don't know if they're concentrating in other areas that are more, where the dengue is more prevalent. And I am not telling you, that that is wrong. That is absolutely perfect. But the point is that we got a lot of mosquito dung by Otrobenke. And because obviously by proximity to the bush right across the street, if you go down Otrobenke, going towards the hospital, on the right-hand side, there's only a string of houses on the roadside, and immediately to the back it's all bush.
Yeah.
And it's all savanna.
Yep.
And the river is close by, and all those mosquitoes with the wind blowing from the east come directly upon us. So, if the machines would go perhaps into some of that area behind the houses, then we would appreciate it, because mind you, at night you're not feeling none, because the wind has been pretty strong yesterday and so we're not feeling none.
Yeah.
But once they get into the house, it's a bit difficult to get rid of them. So the point is, I like to keep my windows open. So
spray them out.
I'd like to see more presence from the machine. I also would like to invite the department, the vector control department, and to consider using those fog machines, man.
Maybe they use
the manual fog machines.
Maybe they use the one when they go into homes, Mr. Martinez.
Oh, I know they use the ones that are going to home, the foggers,
Yeah.
But I think that sometimes you can multiply your efforts, your production, by adding on a couple of machines, and rather than just having one vehicle all around town and going fast. Sometimes you only pass one time, and that's it. That's it. I know there's a lot of places that have more mosquitoes than others, so maybe we should complement the use of these handheld machines to be used along with the sprayers. The foggers, I mean, the ones that you just use and you fog 30 feet ahead of you. And I think that would do good. I don't know, maybe the chemical that you use does not permit that kind of fogging, but then again, all you need to do is to look up and research that possibility.
And when you hear about the increase of so many cases, we need to know that this thing is serious and it's dangerous. It's spreading. It's not only I say, hey, we hear about dengue, we hear about spraying and this and that, but we need to be careful. Because it's out there and it's rising.
It's rising. Just this week, or just on Saturday, Sunday, one of my friends had to be hospitalized because with severe pain, because well, I'll be honest with you, he took a little bit too long in admitting that, in taking himself to the doctor.
I believe that didn't happen.
Exactly. He thought that it was something that taking only 2 pills at home would do fine, and it turns out that the contrary was true. Yeah. It's not as easy as just taking two Tylenol and that the headache is going to go away. No, sir. If you have the chills, if you have the fever, if you have the scratches, if you have the general bad feeling, and if you have all of the symptoms, consult your doctor immediately. Why? Very simple. Let me explain to you why. Because once that infection is in your body and it is not cured, then it goes on to becoming something more severe than dengue. And then if you get a relapse, it can go into hemorrhagic fever. You bleed till you die.
Yeah.
You literally bleed till you die. And we are very fortunate that here in Belize we haven't had the cases, but I think there are 2 suspect cases of fatalities in Belize. Okay, because generally our services are good, but in other countries in the Caribbean, in Central America, you have, especially Honduras, a lot of people have been dying because of the hemorrhagic fever. Okay, because you internally you bleed until you die. You can't live like that. So, don't let it get to that point where they have to take you to the hospital because you're bleeding, because there's no way you can get out of that.
Yeah, no make them have to carry you. You go.
Okay?
Right? You go.
It's serious. I repeat, it is serious. Dengue needs to be treated immediately, and you have to take the full treatment. You can't say,
drink 2 pills and
I don't feel better, man. I will stop drinking that pill because you only make my stomach. Drink it. The doctor gave you for a reason. Hello. And if you don't drink it, then you're just permitting or paving the way for you to go on to the next step of dengue, which is hemorrhagic fever. And then when you're in your bed, and I may take the pills, yes, sir. You may drink all? No.
I mean, feel a little bit better.
I feel a little bit better, but doctor, the pills will make I feel bad, so I stop drinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Somebody's asking what part of the country the incident with the little girl happened.
Unitedville, Cayo.
Cayo, yeah. Unitedville in Cayo. Yeah, well, Mr. Martinez, we need to go on the next break.
Let's take that break and we'll be right back with you after these messages.
Philip Goldson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Hollover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking plus bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Residents of Dangriga now have their very own brand new modernized multi-purpose complex, compliments of the Government of Belize. This $3.5 million investment in the cultural capital will host sporting events, cultural events, and shows, and can double as a hurricane shelter. Features include seating for 1,000, a fully FIBA certified wooden court, locker rooms with full bathrooms, a stage and changing rooms backstage, concession stands, office space, and ample parking. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lemulus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional road works will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
There's to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters? Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a traffic jam you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
These sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longanisa, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
The first two phases of the Hummingbird Highway Rehabilitation Project from the Belmopon Roundabout Junction to Saboon Bridge and Alta Vista Bridge to Dangriga Town has already made a remarkable difference for commuters and residents alike. These first two phases are a $16.5 million investment by the government of Belize. Under this project, the highway is being rehabilitated through improvement of the road pavement to create a safer environment for the public. Improvements, especially in the areas that pose a high risk to motorists, include the introduction of paved road shoulders, high visibility line markings, reflective road studs, bus laybys, and other features that will bring the entire road segment in line with internationally recognized standards. Additionally, the replacement of the existing single-lane bridges will reduce road user risks. These improvements will increase economic, tourism, and agricultural opportunities, further encouraging the social development of Belize, particularly in the south. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful day. It's 21 minutes after 8 o'clock, and it says a blessed good morning, gentlemen. I'm inviting you guys and the people of Orange Walk, Sugar City, to come to the Big Bird's Isle for Songfest on the 13th of September. Belizean artists all the way.
Yes.
You know what this Songfest and how this Songfest came about, Mr. Martinez? They have the Association for Belizean Artists First, led by Mr. Tony Wright, and Jorge Ernesto Bab was a part of that as well. We have a Nurse Sutherland. We had Brother Raymond that passed away. We have the Castillo brothers, but many of them has moved away from the group, but Mr. Tony Wright is still holding the group strong together. What happened is, if we can remember, when independence was, when we got independence, we used to have Lord Laro and Calypso Rose coming to Belize. But then there was one time when the Dragon was coming very strong. Byron Lee used to come strong at Belize. Then they start bringing in a lot of different international artists. So these persons got together as a set of musicians and say, you know what, we have to do something to bring back the tent and to make we got for Belizean artists to have some work to do in September. Because that time, the only lone international artists used to get work. So this association came together and they started this Songfest. The Songfest, if you're not a Belizean artist, you cannot perform on Songfest. You know, and it started, they used to do it at the old city center, then they went to the Big Bird's Isle, then when Bird's Isle was renovating, they went to the Rogers Stadium. After that, no, it's back at Bird's Isle. So that's a way of Belizean artists to come out and showcase. They're not really paying a lot of money for making up on the show. They ask you to come out and give your contribution, and they give you a little contribution as well. But Belizean supported one lot, and this year it will be held. They usually have it the Friday between the 10th and the 21st. That's when most Belizeans that are coming from abroad are already settled in Belize. And these are the most persons who support this event, because you have one handful from well-lived Belize was supported as well, but the Belizean Americans are the ones that support it mostly. I was talking to one of my friend, a cousin that works at one of the airline, and this person was telling me that for September, everything is booked up. All those Belize flights are well packed and booked up. So we will be having lots of our Belizean brothers and American brothers and sisters visiting Belize. So Belize is going to be jam-packed. So Songfest is one of the events that many people will be attending, and we're asking all Belizeans to attend these events.
When is this going to be?
On the 13th of September.
13th of September.
Big Bird's Isle.
The Big Bird's Isle.
Yeah, island.
Mm-hmm.
And our next big event where a lot of people attend to, the Panyard.
Oh,
that's a big one.
Yes. And I attended that once, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
And when people hear about Panyard and hear about Steel Pan, they feel like you're just going and listen to quizás. No, it's not that. It's like a party.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's vibrant. It's
full of energy.
Energetic.
Yeah.
You know, you feel like move. What I liked about the whole thing is because, well, apart from the music that is being played out on the stage, and the music is fantastic. Coming to think that it's drums that you're talking about. But if you begin to look at the players, at the participants themselves, you'll find Creoles, you'll find Coolie, you'll find Chinese.
Mm-hmm. And some very young players as well.
And young players, girls.
Yes.
And I go like, you and all, darling, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, then they put in heart and soul into this. And that makes me feel good.
Yeah, and you got the Caribbean flavor in it. You know, the type of tunes that they're playing. And you know, when the steel pan are playing, you got to understand exactly, because it's not like no vocals, but the pans are doing the melody. And you could understand, you could recognize the songs when they're playing them, right?
Of course.
Yeah, it's a symphony, you know. It's a symphony, because they have the ones that does the bass, they has the one that does the treble, and the mid in the center as well.
Do you recall when we had, I think we had a conference here for Rotaract, was it? And I think that we had some participation at one of the conferences of the steel band.
Oh yeah.
Do you recall that? Yes, I think so. Right here and it was like, it was a luxurious presentation for many. Because for the first time they were seeing actually people producing music from drums. I mean, empty drums, not drums beautifully handcrafted with you know. No, these are like 55-gallon drum.
Yeah, big drum.
Big old drum. Okay? And actually producing music with that, and they go like, wow, this is nice. And then they have the little thing that looks like one triangle in it.
Yeah. I don't know if they call it the beta or whatever they call it. Or you talk about it. Yeah, they call it triangle.
Just like that way.
Yeah. Yeah, but everything make them song. Everything have their own unique way of bringing out the songs. But you know that this Spaniard thing, the people that go to Spaniard and San Martinez, they don't figure that it's not a sitting room, you know. You go there to stand up and party, and have fun and enjoy yourself. And there is different. They don't only have like one steel pan. That's why they say pan yard, because the yard is full of pan players. Players of pans, and they perform. They usually bring in some outsiders as well, which is good. But like you rightly mentioned, that there is lots of young people in those steel pan as well. Lots of them attending different high schools, and the song is unique. So that's one of the other big events.
When is that happening?
I believe it's on the 14th.
Have they put out a roster of activities?
No, I was going to touch that we don't get a national program yet, so we got a lead booklet and they usually come.
You're not get a whole lot.
No, I don't get a whole lot. But that will be on the 14th and the 15th.
Do you think it's on the web?
Probably. It will be on the 14th and the 15th of September.
National.
And this will
September.
Yeah, this will be, I think they will do one in Belmopan and one in Belize City, but it's on the 14th and the 15th. And also on the 14th of the 15th, also, Mr. Martinez, the Belize Chamber and Commerce Limited, they will be holding the big expo in Belize City. It started out at the St. John's Auditorium. They used to do it at St. John's. Then they move over to IT Vet in Belize City. And this year they will be going to a newer venue at the Marian Jones Stadium. And the expo, the Belize Expo, is where businesses come out to highlight their products. And you can get deals on this, and deals on that, and deals on everything. Because if you can drink a Big H juice out there for $1.75, or a Caribbean Pride juice, then when you go there, you'll probably get it for $1. You know, they have different places like Sancas who bring out their products of milks and Pampers and everything, and you get big discount.
Yes, you get big discount.
Yeah, which is good, and it's a family affair as well, because a lot of people go to the expo. They have entertainment, a lot of big things happening, and also, Mr. Martinez, the big vamos compadre to St. George's Key. Well, it's not St. George's Key. You know, the big event and the biggest one for this celebration is a tent parade in Belize City. That's big.
And it's...
I want to look for Range Walk on the tent like...
None of the ground.
You see more people on Good Friday than when you sit on the tent at Orange Walk.
And tent is big in the city.
Yeah, tent really big in the city and in San Ignacio as well. You know how tent stand at San Ignacio, right?
No, I don't.
Why this tent at San Ignacio big? They got a big parade from starting at San Ignacio, go across the bridge and come back. Big. Well, the days that we used to be there in the 80s, I don't know how it stand now, but the Belize one still continues, and it continues big, 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 big. And persons are asking as well about this new route for the parade here in Orange Walk, if it will create the same impact, or we believe that they are asking if we believe that they are dropped, or if traffic will be conducted the right way, because they were saying if you are moving from that area and go into the area where Zeta Auto Parts is and come out on the Belize Corozal Road coming down back, if that there will not be a clash. I'm not sure it could be a clash because it will not be coming back by Zeta. It's going to go down Guadalupe Street and straight across into Dunn Street and Cinderella Street. And
so it will not, even if part of the parade is still going in to Liberty Avenue, and if the head of the parade is already coming down as a return down Rio Bravo, it will not clash because that junction with Guadalupe happens before you get to the junction with Liberty Avenue.
Yeah, so it will be something good for persons to access when it comes to traffic as well, because Main Street will be clear, no?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, because I remember last year when I came out about 4 o'clock in the evening. Because we were supposed to play after the parade. It took me an hour before I could reach close to the park. And that because I cut right down here by...
Let me be honest with you, Checky.
If I'm a walk for home, I'm going to reach quicker.
If it's after 1:30 and you want to go to downtown, you have to be reasonable and considerate of all of these things whenever you make the decision as to where the parade goes.
Yeah.
But then I'll be honest with you. Part of the whole fun of it is the problems you have getting there, because I'll be honest with you. You try, normally, if I know the parade is coming out at 3:34, I done the downtown from 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Mind you, there are some people who I know who are going to be waiting until 2:30, 3.
Right there, I get jammed.
Out. There is no way, none on this earth, that you can actually find a parking spot in either of or entry into the downtown area. How this new route is going to affect parking is beyond me at this moment. I would believe that the part that is not the parade route now, like Main Street and Riverside, are going to be filled with parked vehicles.
Yeah, there's nowhere else to park, Mr. Martinez.
There is just nowhere else to park.
And there's
and
just
people are going to be walking from there up to the park, and then because I think that the parade culminates at the barracks, no?
Right.
Or at the park for some reason.
And there is just so much parking that is available. So when that is filled up, it's filled up. And you have to watch how you park too, because if you park someplace and you say, oh, this look clear, when you go back in the evening, you might have to wait 1 hour or 2 before you get out from there.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I don't know where I went to. I put up a parking lot right down on Main Street.
Yeah, yes, put a parking lot there. No, serious. People like park where they know they are safe and where they know they will get out when time when they get out. But like you say, after 3:30, it's impossible for you to go into town and not find no place to park or not get jammed in the traffic.
The days when we had the parade on the going through the downtown area, I mean, the parade is focused, is put to go from leaving the park area into Hospital Crescent, up Main Street, or down, whatever you want to call it, all the way up to Casa Economica, take a turn into Baker's.
That's the street where A&R is.
A&R is.
Yep.
Right? Going then into
Queen Victoria.
Queen Victoria Avenue, and all the way into Guadalupe then, and then go down Dunn Street or Arthur Street, or one of those streets.
That's Dunn Street.
Dunn Street, all the way down, till you get to Cinderella Street, and then come down Cinderella till you get to New Cheetos and back up.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, that route will still be used. That route there by Cheetos, right from Guadalupe Street, all that area will still remains. With the exception of coming down from the park into Queen Victoria Avenue to take Main Street, because it's going the other way now.
So, Main Street is no more. And I'll be honest with you. I will be very, very honest with you. I think they have to, they can try all these possibilities to see how the traffic situation is alleviated and the parking situation is alleviated. But if I was one of the big sponsors, and you do have a lot of sponsors, I think that at the end of the day, I would like to see some sort of acknowledgement coming from the parade organizers to pass through the main area where your business is.
Yeah.
Do you understand me?
Decorate up the tongue, man.
That's right. Yeah. Okay? And you do have a number of them as big sponsors on Main Street. You do too. So, unless these people have said, pues llévalo por ahí, a mí no me importa the acknowledgement, pero it's all the same to them. But I'll be honest with you, they're going to try this one, but I guarantee you it's going back to Main Street next year.
Yeah. Well, let's take our final break of the morning, Pa.
Let's take that break and we'll be right back with you.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. DigiNet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, DigiNet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by DigiNet. DigiNet Boost, now available countrywide.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. Do you think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, Rush Franz, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Every friendly competition has a winner and a loser, a runner-up, a second best, someone that just doesn't have what it takes. Our friends know this feeling all too well. Since Digi introduced their new prepaid data plans, Digi plans have been happier than ever. While the other guys, their plans just can't even compare. Digi's new plans have the best value for your dollar. That's more data for less money, with even more options. So keep being a winner and keep living your best life with Digi.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl.
Someone come, yes, someone coming, let's go. Sir.
Who no?
First question of the day. What you the letter here?
Who sent me the letter?
That sign right there. You can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this here community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you that do it too?
No, man, no.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the we environment?
Sure, all of that? Well, now that you put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
It's back to school time once again, and the only store to visit for all your back to school needs is A&R Store on Baker Street here in Orange Walk Town. Visit them for the absolute largest assortment of school bags in the country with brands like JanSport, Skechers, Everest, Capsule, and character bags like Mickey and Minnie Mouse, Jojo, Siwa, Unicorn, and so much more. Remember, A&R Store is your one-stop source for all your school supplies like exercise books, folders, sheets, dry eraser boards, foam boards, crayon and coloring books, plus so much more. Plus, they have a wide assortment of housewares including bed sheets, cookware, and garbage containers in all sizes and at the best prices in town. Visit A&R on Baker Street today, now with extended hours to better serve you from 8 a.m. through to 6 p.m. Monday to Saturday. A&R Stores, where prices do make all the difference.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not make it in your own backyard? Learn the history of your old capital. Or venture out on a road trip to experience the village life and be captivated by nature's wildlife, culture, and food. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. The Papa Chepe, the battle is bad, you know. We're not really the battle. Well, Mr. Martinez, it's 15 minutes away from 9 o'clock, and we want to remind, we have a reminder right here on this book that you have here.
Friday at 7:30 p.m. Gala Lounge. Make it a point to be there if you want to know more and if you want to express your opinions and express your whatever when it comes to the contamination of the pollution of the river, of the New River. This year, the pollution has been at its worst. I think that there was a meeting between organized by somebody last week. I think Giovanni told me that he was trying to get seats, but I did not get any sort of message after that.
Well, this one open?
Yeah, this one is an open, but I'm very hopeful. I am very hopeful that at the end of the day, some sort of solution is come is offered, and we can work on the parameters of that solution, so we don't have that problem with the pollution anymore. I do understand that nature has a lot to play with this thing, a lot of it. However, we do understand that it's nature along with man-made circumstances that worsen the situation. In other words, nature can take care of itself. After a field burns down, it's just natural growth that comes back again, and in 5-10 years, believe me, like if nothing burned down. Okay? And the same thing with the river. The river can clean itself. Nature has just a way of flushing it out. But it seems to be that some sort of permanence has occurred. Permanence of damage has occurred, because I'll be honest with you, the river is not the same thing as it was, teeming with fish as it once was, teeming with lot of activity as it once was. Nobody wants to go into that river anymore. It's muddy.
You can't go in there.
It stinks, and it's just, you're lucky if you come out alive. And if you do come out, you come out with piece of one leg, they flap.
Yeah, you get sick.
Okay? No, because the crocodile will eat you too.
But right now, right there at the toll bridge right now, right there damage already too, you know. The water, I passed there over the weekend, and you could see the greenness of the water upon that section too. So it's spreading back.
Like
we're not getting no rain. Because if you get a lot of rain, probably might flush out. You know, but there is no rain. So if you find other part, I wonder if you don't pass San Esteban and Caledonia and them place.
On that milky white film at the top is no longer visible, but at least not in this area. But I saw some accumulation of it going down past Banquitas into the farm area and down into San Esteban and that area. But for the moment, we need some rain. We need some heavy rains to help wash it out. Believe me, a rain will. But I also want to ask the people to be more considerate, to be more careful with blaming people and pointing fingers. Because if we're going to point fingers, let us point fingers at ourselves. Si se murió mi perro, lo tiro al río. Si se murió mi gato, lo tiro al río. Si no quiero la ranfla de gatos que tuvo la gata, los tiro al río también. Si unos perritos también no los quieren, los tiras al río. Tantas cosas que han buscado los vecinos ahí, ¿ok? Es increíble. Si no quieres una cubeta, si no quieres un algo, lo tiras al río. ¿Qué onda? Estamos nosotros mismos contaminando el río. Porque recordemos de que esos animales se pudren, apestan. ¿Ok? Contaminan el río. Es cierto, la naturaleza provee para la limpieza de todo esto, pero que la naturaleza haga y trate lo que naturalmente sucede. Pero no tenemos que envolvernos nosotros a tratar de empeorar la situación. Ya suficiente con lo que sucede con la naturaleza. Suficiente si el cocodrilo murió, o suficiente si 2 pájaros se murieron, o si el cocodrilo mató 2 pájaros. Eso ya permite que la naturaleza tome su tiempo y lo limpie. Pero si nosotros vamos a contaminar el río aún más, entonces, debemos tener un poco de de conocimiento de que todo el agua que cae en el este de Progress Street y continuando esa misma línea, cae directamente al río. Vamos a ponerlo en York así. ¿Así ven? Progress Street siendo aquí lo más alto, 61 pies de alto sobre el nivel del mar. Pues por eso es que pusieron la torre ahí de agua, porque es el punto más alto en Orange Walk. Así que tan de repente estás bajando Progress Street para la iglesia, pues tienes que bajar. Eso es un escarpment, una escarpa. Y cae el agua directamente al río. Ahora, del otro lado, no es tan aguda el declive. Es más lento, pero de todas formas, el agua entonces tiende a irse, ¿saben dónde? A la laguna de Dr. George.
Yeah. Someone says here, please tell Mr. Martinez that his brother Fred had to deal with BSI because of this pollution from 1985. And they say the river here in San Esteban is looking better.
Well, 1985, I guess that
he was the mayor at that time.
He was the mayor at that time, no?
Yeah.
I guess.
So maybe they had a discussion at that time, no?
Some sort of discussion.
Yeah. But they are saying that the river in San Esteban is looking a little bit better.
Looking a little bit better. I saw that because it's. I go to Banquitas every day, almost every day, and I look out the back window, and I see, I monitor it. I noticed yesterday that the river was much cleaner in that area than it was a week or two ago. A week or two ago was the pits.
Yeah, so like the caller said, if you go to the meeting, no go to go point fingers. Try to see how you could talk about solutions. Do your studies, do your research, and find out. Because the people from the environment no might know everything. They have one job and they have a lot of things to do. But this is our river, this is our tongue. So we could try to see the best we could come up with, and not go there go reel up and so. We could try to make some sense out of this thing and make them people left fire with good suggestions. You don't have the answer to it, but at least good suggestions so they can look over it and ask them to please come back a month or 2 months or 3 months after they do some research and make us see what we could do. Because when the river is affected, it affects all of us.
Oh, that's exactly right.
So we could go positive. Remember, it's this Friday, 7:30, Gala Lounge. Bring out a friend. Go talk to the people who live at the riverside so you can get some information. If you don't really know, maybe then people not going. But we encourage them to go as well. But when you go there, try go with some kind of information and not only listen to what the panelists are saying, because sometimes people on the panel, they don't know nothing with what happened. They might just go with the books and how the environment work and things like that. But you well live here, got the first hand, so you can tell
guide yourself, prepare yourself as to what your conviction tells you. In other words, your conviction says that there is some element of guilt from such and such a person. Look up to see if you can establish that guilt, that participation. Right. If you feel that the Department of the Environment has been lax, then you elaborate on that. Address that. Yeah. If you feel, but go prepared and not just throw stones.
Yeah.
Because that is when we use generalized statements, and generalized statements are the ones that normally get us into problems. Because you and said that, you know how much time we done to this? But if you are more pointed, you are more pointed with your comments and your regard and your remarks, then you can easily rebut and say, hey, but I never said that. I'm saying this is what is happening.
Yeah, and then sometimes when you go to these forums, these meetings, we tend to only ask questions on the presentations. But sometimes what you want addressed was not in that presentation, so you can bring that up as well.
That's exactly right. Yes.
Well, Mr. Martinez?
Yes, I know it's about that time we need to leave.
That's what, the tacos time, or the chiquilina burger or juice or something.
I had waffles and coffee this morning at Gabi. If you want to try a good breakfast, go over to Gabi's right by the hospital.
Gabi's.
Right from 6 o'clock. Gabi is there to take care of you.
That's one of the little stalls that are there?
Yes, the first one.
The first one by the hospital gate?
No, the first one on the other end.
Okay. Gabi's what you need? Gabi's what?
Gabi's fast food.
Fast food, all right. Well, we'd like to thank everyone who tuned into the Sugar City Morning Show today. Somebody wants to know what's the theme for this year's celebration, Mr. Martinez?
From man grandeur to present glory, together we shape the Belizean story. Did I get it right?
Yep. Yeah, so we'd like to thank you all for tuning in. We had some more texts coming in about the river, but we'll touch that tomorrow. The show repeats at 9 o'clock tonight. Remember, we have the news coming up at 6:30 right here on North TVC on Channel 10. Remember, we are shopping for back-to-school items. Make it E&R Enterprises Limited for all your quality back-to-school items. Remember, at E&R, our prices makes the difference.
That's exactly right. The prices make the difference. It is exactly 8:58. I want to tell you this show repeats again tonight at 9, but nonetheless we'll try to be here, God willing, tomorrow morning at the same time. Primero Dios, estaremos aquí de vuelta con ustedes mañana a la misma hora. Por el momento, nada más nos queda desearles todo lo mejor para el día de hoy y muchas bendiciones a todos. Muchas gracias. Nos vemos mañana.
Sugar City Morning Show.